Familynestacademy, a place where families are empowered to fulfill their destiny, a place where families can build legacy, a place where families can enjoy a wholesome and fulfilling life, and more.
Oh yes, welcome back today to our family weekly secrets behind closed doors. Why do we talk about the family secrets? Things that happen behind the doors that we don't see and we don't know. And then, yes, what we see is the other side of the whole stories. Anyway, the essence is to help families review things happening around them. Take a closer look in case there are things we are ignoring. There are things happening under our nose that we don't take cognizance of, but they are eating up our seeds. They are taking away the sacrifices we are making as a family. Yes, and today I welcome us back to our family secret behind closed doors from the Familynestacademy, and I am your host, Princess Francisca Obichimezi. So this week we'll be talking about those families that claim they are close, but they don't know each other. Yeah. So you see families, we all smile, snap picture, post on social media, create impressions, go to churches with uniform, go to parties looking all smiley, but things are eating us up as a family. Is it what family should be? No. What makes us a family? That we are able to know what we stand for as a united body. My eye and my nose and my mouth should be able to know who I am. That's what makes up my physical body. That same way, a family should work in genuine knowledge of who we are as a family. Why you have children that you don't know their genuine identity, you don't know what they represent outside, you don't know who they are, who their friends call them, the friends they walk around with, the kind of choices they make, and you are at home. Oh, my child is one of the smartest in school. That's all you care about. He brings a good result home. Have you identified who is this child? Who is he outside this family? What does he think about himself? What is his self-identity and definition of what he is created to be and what to represent as a family? It's heartbreaking to see families who are doing their best. They provide, they teach these children, but there is no connection. They discipline, they raise rules and boundaries, but they don't have connection with their children. So their children are not able to open up to some part of their life because of fear of judgment, because of fear of the consequences, because of fear of what daddy or mommy will do to them. Okay, so I was watching a clip on a child. This child should not be more than 9 years, who was describing his dad's response when he asked for a pen to write, and his mommy's response when he asked his mom for a pen. I laughed. Do you know why I laughed? If you see the way he described his mom, you will know that this child will naturally not go to the mom to talk about issues. the way he elaborated and exaggerated the way his mom responds just for pen. And then how simple did that just go straight, give out the pen. So what am I saying? Some of us, due to how we have set up the home, our children are not free to express their true personality to us. They only project the good parts, the parts that receives praise, because nobody wants to be judged, nobody wants to be condemned, nobody wants to be blamed all the time. So what you see is this child knowing that if I do this, mommy will praise me. That's what he will do in the presence of mommy and daddy. But when he goes out, he becomes his free, his liberal self, because his mates will not judge him. In fact, his mates will cheer him to do whatever exploits, whether negative or positive, because that's why they are his peers. They have limited knowledge and experience, and they also will make decisions based on their value system, right? But why are we even talking about this? We are talking about this because it's important that as a family we work in unity. But that unity must come first by connection. And the essence of that connection is such that everyone is able to be free to be themselves in the house, at home. In fact, they should be more free with us parents than they should be free outside, knowing that their weaknesses are worked through with understanding and patience, and that their strengths are celebrated. All right? So, what we are able to do when we connect our children, we are able to give them the liberty to express themselves, to learn from the process when they make mistakes, and to become better, refined, equipped, empowered to be the best in their generation. We are able to understand their personality, and that understanding will help us not to compare your daughter with your son, or your first son with your second son. Understanding their personality differences. So it's very abnormal that you will live in your home and you don't know what your child is capable of doing. A child who is continuously condemned, judged, or his mistake is highlighted will begin to withdraw, will begin to withhold informations, will begin to hide some of his traits and personalities. But somehow he will need to find expression. And that is why your child may be exposed to pornography or even abuse, but he will not have the confidence to tell you due to his perception of your overreactivity. Okay? So I've had a conversation with one of my youth who had shared a story of how he shared something about his friend with his mom, and the way the mom reacted, and of course he saw it as overreaction. He vowed that he would never share such situations with his mom. What did the mom gain? Loss of confidence, loss of faith, and loss of openness. That child has now decided, I will not open up to my mom. What do you think? If this child goes into even more worse situations, his mom will not be in the list of his confident, sharp people he will open up. So who will he open up? His dad is the one left. And if the dad loses that opportunity, his he's left with his peers, and who knows? So you see the danger. We need to tell people the truth, and that truth is families will always have pressures, differences, misunderstandings, difficulties, but it is how we handle these situations that will make our children remain consistent in being vulnerable to us and learning from that process, knowing that their information, their weakness is safe in the family space. I don't want to take us far away from the focus of this secret, revealing secret, because families these days most times are too busy to really know what is happening within their circle. Children are hiding secrets. Children are doing a lot we don't know, and we are busy making money, hustling for career progression, job, more work. For those in diaspora like us, we want more shifts because that makes more money to be able to pay bills. But I asked myself, with all those, what is the essence if at the end you raise children who will not fulfill their destiny? You raise children who will be lost to the vices, the corruption that is all over the nations. What happens? A lot of things are happening with our young people that we are not taking cognizance of, or some of us are surrounded in frustration. When you ask and say, this generation, they will not kill me. But it's not meant to be so. You are not meant to lose your authority as a parent. And that authority is not meant to be used with force. It's meant to be used with wisdom, such that your children don't feel suppressed or oppressed. They feel safe and secured in your home. That is the only thing that will cause your children to be real to you. Connecting with them, engaging, interacting, talking about real life issues are those ways you can be able to know the challenges your children are going through and offer your wise counsels coupled with your experience. Their mistakes should be a teaching opportunities. They shouldn't be a lecture opportunities. Do you know what? I've had children express frustration. How, in fact, even my young daughter has said, okay, I've forgotten the question I asked her. She came one day and told me that her classmate said she doesn't like her dress. And I said, okay, what happened to your own opinion? Do you think you like the dress? She said no. I said, oh, is it because your classmate doesn't like it? She said yes. I said, okay, next time someone tell you they don't like something about you, tell them thank you, I appreciate your opinion, but your opinion does not define my perception. Of course, she may be too young to understand that, but it's something we have to consciously build on her, accepting herself irrespective of what people say, even though she still have to look at her weakness and work on them, right? But that is not the story. When I now asked her, do you know mommy loves you? She said yes. I said, how? Because they will always talk. I laughed. So why I brought this out is because some of us, we talk a lot. We always talk. We always talk. But sometimes we need to, seriously, we really need to know when to balance it. It's not every time we talk. Sometimes give them space, then create opportunity to have a meaningful conversation. Don't make it too long. Don't make it look like a lecture, and don't make it look like we are always talking and repeating ourselves. Sometimes they get tired and they feel we think they don't know what they are doing, or they are not good enough. Sometimes we become judgmental even without knowing it. In fact, out of frustration, or you just want the results. No, you want them to grab it immediately. You talk and I've told you before, these are the things that break family connection. Nobody say you should not discipline. You must discipline, but you need to find a strategic way of doing it so that you get the results you want, and you still keep your children connected to you, because we don't want to lose them to the world. The world have nothing to offer them. But if they feel pressured, if they feel they are being judged, or they are not or they feel less of themselves in their family, they will always look for people who will impress them the way they are, with their weakness, with their foolishness, with their whatever they are, and they will get it. There are systems that are celebrating using children's weakness. They are celebrating their weakness and using it to promote their agenda. Do we want to push our children into it? No. But we call discipline those things, those harsh process we follow that pushes them away. That's what we call discipline. Discipline does not mean, or is not defined by how harsh it is, or how hard it is. You need to understand that discipline is what helps your child to unlearn whatever you are trying to correct, to learn what you want him to learn. So it's not defined by how difficult, how harsh it is, but by how effective it is. If we understand it that way, we will realize that when you tell a child, sit down, and you see that child sits down, and then you say, can you sit down there? And that child does not. Which one do you think is a discipline to this child? That is the one that works for him. Even if you think he has not understood why he needed to sit down, but he has followed the instruction by just simply saying, can you sit down there? Is at that point you will not start telling her or him why you needed him to sit down. So he's calm enough to listen. But when you say, can you sit down there? And he gets agitated and feel like you are trying to control, manipulate him, and he's trying to resist you. He's trying to fight back. His adrenalines are building up. At that point, you are not going to get that child. It will no longer be discipline. It will be a power tussle. And you will be boiling. How can I tell my child to sit down? My child will not sit down. And he will be like, how can you be commanding me and talking to me like that? Like I don't deserve any respect. And some of us that are raising teenagers, you need to be careful at this stage, because we don't want to push them away, and we are not going to tolerate their nonsense. We are not going to tolerate their foolishness. That is why we are their parents. But the strategy is what matters. I didn't want to make this very long, so let's move. We need to consciously break silences in our homes, because silences does not allow us interact or converse or know what our children have in mind. Consciously build moments of family connection. Play games. Do puzzles together. Do family movie night. Select movies that addresses the areas you want to talk about in the life of your children. Let them be comfortable around you to open up. Select videos that talk about life issues that you just want to use those moments to hit a point or teach them something important. Sit down, eat your popcorn. When that spot comes, oh, Chuka, have you seen this? What do you think about it? That's how interactions, that's how you will know what your child really think about. Even if initially they are not opening up, be consistent, give it time. They will see, they'll start relaxing, they'll start feeling at home. By the time you know it, this child feels bonded and connected to you. When things are happening in their life that you don't know, they will feel like, I think daddy has understanding. Let me ask daddy. Where wisdom lack, because there are informations out there. They ask Google, they ask ChatGPT, they ask all the AIs, they give them information, but the wisdom to manage life issues lies in your hand, depending on how much you know and how much they have seen you manage yourself, manage their emotion. That's how they will respect you, that you are able to manage issues, and they will come back to you for your wisdom. Don't be everywhere with your emotion, just the same way as they are. They will see you to be in the same level. You are not able to manage your emotion. How will you manage their own? That is why it's very important to build on emotional intelligence as a parent. So when we say don't always shout and hit your children and run everywhere and trigger, it's not just about you not hitting them, and it's not just about the effect on them. It's also about your placement and position in their hearts and in their perception of you. It's children that throw tantrum, but we adults, we throw tantrum. Have I overcome it? No. I still work on it daily, consciously, because I need to position myself. You need to position yourself that even when they are with their mates and they are making some suggestions and their mind will think, no, I think mommy or daddy can give me a better idea that will keep me safe. And that's what will bring them back to you, to ask for your counsel. But when they feel that you've not been able to manage what they have had discussions or their problems or even the trouble they've put themselves into in the past experiences, you have escalated it, aggravated it, made it worse, run your emotion everywhere. When something comes up in their life, they will not choose you as an option to talk to. Do you wonder how children go through abortion and some lose their life without their parents knowing that their children were going for that disconnection? Do you even wonder how a child will be raped and will not talk to their family? Disconnection. Do you wonder how you, as a parent, your friend, that your classmate you invite into your home is making sexual approach to your daughter will not tell you? Disconnection. You think it doesn't happen? I don't want to tell my stories. Children have been approached for sexual engagement by their siblings' friends. I had that experience. Someone even had to buy gin for me to sleep with. Oh, God of mercy. And I've heard stories of fathers, friends, who have no business for you to link them to your children for anything without supervision. But you just open up, they are your friend. Who is your friend that you are putting under the custody of your children? And things may go wrong. And your children will not open up to you because daddy or mommy will not believe them. Things are going wrong in families, but we are not picking them. We are too busy. We are too busy for the destiny of children God has put under our custodies. Please, shut down. If that business is your own, regulate it and find time to connect to your children. If you are laboring for another man's company, do your bit. Don't overshoot. Let the extra be for your family. They need extra time until they grow up to become an adult that can take responsibility for their lives. You need to consciously connect to your children such that they are free to express themselves. Such you can say, Priscilla is this. I know what she can do. Without that ignoramus confidence. So it's not that one you say, but you don't know anything about that child. It's not that one I'm talking about, because some of us boast we know our children, but we don't know them. We don't know our children. We don't know. We don't know our children. I work with young people, and in fact, some of them will snitch on others and will be gisting me how this one have 3 girlfriends. And these are children in church, fathers and mothers in church. Am I talking about the ones that you are teaching their games? Or is it the one that will be watching bomb shaking? Things are happening, no? But these children are from home. When we say, don't give your children phone before 18, you think maybe we are trying to stop you from what? Find a way around it. If you're living in diaspora where Wi-Fi is free, you cannot avoid giving them phone and don't expect them to connect internet. But you should find a way of connecting to your children, if you must, through phone, but keeping them away from those vices, so that you really know the children you are raising. But it must start from home. What is the culture at home? What are the things you have put in place to set boundaries, that even when they are tempted outside, they know what they should stand for? Will they be tempted? They will. And that's why you will keep trying your best to even support them, so that the temptation does not overwhelm them. But will they be tempted? Yes, they will. Will their classmates bring phones with pornography? Oh, yes. Some children have seen pornography first from their classmate phones. The question is, what are we doing at home? What should we keep doing, so that the gap is not from the home, so that the home is covered, such that children know what they stand for? They are helped well at home before even thinking of how can we go out there to influence people they connect to. Know your children. Let your children know you. Let them know you in genuinity. Let them not know daddy as a hypocrite, mommy as someone who goes to church and smiles and humbles herself, greeting other church members, but at home she's a lioness, shouting at daddy and shouting at the children. These things switches the children off. They have nothing to stand for. They have nothing to hope for the family. What is it self? They rather go out there where children show they are white, they are yellow, they smoke, they vape. They don't have to hide it. So they go out there and flirt with their mates and peers. And they come home and pretend like you too, the way you are yellow at home and white outside. Okay. So, in simple solution, let's be open to asking questions and using it as a point of discussions, knowing what our children are going through. Ask them what they've been going through recently. If you know you have not been a good father, a good mother, you've not been a present parent, apologize and reconnect. Find a way to reconnect to your children. Start from that point. Don't just come and pretend like nothing has been going wrong. Find a way to reconnect. Even though you claim they are the ones I'm suffering for, that your suffering does not count if you don't connect to them. You can buy them present, but if you are not present, sorry, it does not count. They will forget your present. Those things you buy for them, but they will not forget your presence, your availability whenever they need it. Okay? Ask them what they've been wanting to talk about. Are there things they've been overwhelming them that they need you to know that you can offer advice or help or even recommend someone? Let them know. You have not been there. Everyone has been silent. We've not been having family discussions, but I think we need it, and we are going to start from. But should let the extra be for your family. They need extra time until they grow up to become an adult that can take responsibility for their lives. You need to consciously connect to your children such that they are free to express themselves. Such you can say, Priscilla is this. I know what she can do. Without that ignoramus confidence. So it's not that one you say, but you don't know anything about that child. It's not that one I'm talking about, because some of us boast we know our children, but we don't know them. We don't know our children. We don't know. We don't know our children. I work with young people, and in fact, some of them will snitch on others and will be gisting me how this one have 3 girlfriends. And these are children in church, fathers and mothers in church. Am I talking about the ones that you are teaching their games? Or is it the one that will be watching bomb shaking? Things are happening, no? But these children are from home. When we say, don't give your children phone before 18, you think maybe we are trying to stop you from what? Find a way around it. If you're living in diaspora where Wi-Fi is free, you cannot avoid giving them phone and don't expect them to connect to internet. But you should find a way of connecting to your children, if you must, through phone, but keeping them away from those vices, so that you really know the children you are raising. But it must start from home. What is the culture at home? What are the things you have put in place to set boundaries, that even when they are tempted outside, they know what they should stand for? Will they be tempted? They will. And that's why you will keep trying your best to even support them, so that the temptation does not overwhelm them. But will they be tempted? Yes, they will. Will their classmates bring phones with pornographies? Oh, yes. Some children have seen pornography first from their classmate phones. The question is, what are we doing at home? What should we keep doing, so that the gap is not from the home, so that the home is covered, such that children know what they stand for? They are helped well at home before even thinking of how can we go out there to influence people they connect to. Know your children. Let your children know you. Let them know you in genuinity. Let them not know daddy as a hypocrite. Culture of pretending to be a family that you are not. It doesn't pay you. People may clap for you in the social media, but you are dying. Your family is dying. You see what God wants for your family? Let's take our position to build that family that is genuinely connected in purpose and vision. Genuinely building families and children who are capable of standing in their generation and saying no to anything that does not promote godliness and righteousness. Thank you for joining me and coming this far with me. Kindly share those areas that families are going through a lot that we are not talking about. And yes, I'm willing to go through it and talk about it with families, because our aim is to transform families all over the nations. And remember to subscribe and share to other families. See you next time. Do have a lovely day.